Major League Baseball officially starts this afternoon in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Yankees and Tampa Bay Rays, Joe Girardi's guys looking to duplicate their impressive hitting from the spring.
Offensively, I think they're potentially pretty good. In the middle of the order, there's a lot of potential, I believe.
Boston here tonight against Chris Archer, 110 on the fan. The lineup's out. Brett Gardner leading off, Gary Sanchez second, Greg Bird third, DH Matt Holliday cleanup, followed by Jacoby Ellsbury, Starlin Castro, Chase Headley, Aaron Judge, and Ronald Torreyes, the shortstop for an injured Didi Gregorius, who landed on a 10-day DL. Mets home opener tomorrow against the Braves City Field. Noah Syndergaard, Julio Teheran, Seth Lugo is reportedly starting the season on the DL after experiencing dead arm. The NCAA national title game set. North Carolina against Gonzaga. Roy Williams, Tar Heels outlasted Oregon 77-76 despite missing 4 foul shots in a row over the final 5 seconds.
My heart's not very good. It was strange because they shoot 1-3 that I thought was out, and then I thought it was out, and I thought it was out, and it would crawl back in, and then we go to the free throw line and miss those. Theo came with the first big rebound, and it's a shame Kennedy he was sensational throughout the whole game, and he came up with a big rebound at the end too.
That was Williams in the NCAA Westwood One Radio Network. Mark Hughes, Gonzaga Bulldogs, a 77-73 victory over South Carolina to go to their first national championship showdown.
I've had some really tough teams. I've had some really close teams. I've had teams that have been crazy efficient on the offensive end, and ones that have been pretty darn good on the defensive end that probably didn't get credit for it. These guys are all of that.
Today at the Garden, the Knicks host the Celtics on national television, trying for their first 2-game winning streak since late December. Nets are home for the Hawks after they beat the Magic in Brooklyn yesterday, 121-111, behind 30 points from birthday boy Brook Lopez. Rangers welcome the Flyers to MSG in part 2 of today's Garden doubleheader. Phillies shut out the Devils on 3-0 on Saturday. Islanders visit the Sabres tonight, 6 points back at the Bruins with 5 games to go. John Tavares is week to week with a lower body injury. Sports at 15:45 around the clock. Dave Uram, 10-10 Win Sports.
Experience the iconic music of Stevie Nicks and the Pretenders. One night only at NYCB Live, home of the NASA Veterans Memorial Coliseum. 10-10 Wins is giving away a pair of tickets each hour between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. this Wednesday. Wednesday is now Wednesday on 10-10 Wins.
Wednesday is time 10:47.
Hats off to President Carter, cancer-free after radiosurgery. Why would a president choose radiosurgery? For the same reasons as you. Non-invasive, outpatient, highly successful treatment that hits the cancer. When every hospital, every facility, every doctor thought standard radiation was okay, Dr. Lederman had a better idea. Dr. Lederman, first with body radiosurgery in America. Dr. Lederman hits the cancer with no cutting, no bleeding. That's radiosurgery. We hit the cancer, brain, body, or prostate. Longest experience in America performing body radiosurgery. Best wishes to President Carter. You too can have presidential cancer treatment at Radiosurgery New York, 1384 Broadway at 38. Accepting most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid. For a free booklet DVD, call us. 212 Choices. Presidential cancer treatment for you. Meet Dr. Lederman. Call 212 Choices, 212 Choices.
47 degrees going up to 60 in Midtown.
So are you with the new rule? My attitude is, I think it's insufficient. I don't think the T-shares go far enough. I mean, all that's, to me, it's a rationalization to allow a broker to continue selling a product that he shouldn't be selling. He should be instead moving to a no-load product on a fee basis and just getting rid of all these A share, B share, C share, R share, T share, Z share nonsense that is existing in the marketplace. So they're right. T-shares are designed to create compliance with the new rule. I believe it doesn't go as far as it could or should for the benefit of the end consumer, meaning you.
So these T-shares would be a 2.5% basically reload, and then they would still have internal fees through there?
That's correct.
Okay.
And load funds don't have that at all. They have a zero upfront expense, a zero surrender charge, with annual expenses that are often less than the annual expenses of the T-share. So I think you need to, this is just demonstrating that the industry is trying to figure out how to respond to the new rule, and you need to continue asking thoughtful questions of your advisor to say, are you conforming with the new rule, and Explain to me how the advice you're giving me is in my best interest.
Well, I appreciate your answer, Rick. I knew calling you was the right thing to do.
Well, I'm glad you did. And as I mentioned, all of this could be moot because the Department of Labor might delay the rule in response to the president's request or repeal it outright. So it's in flux at the moment. And we're going to have to wait and see what happens as we get more information. I'll be sharing it with you to help give you the guidance you need so that you're doing what's in your best interest.
Well, thank you, Rick. It was a pleasure talking with you today.
You as well, Jim. Thank you so much for the phone call. I'm Rick Edelman. You're listening to The Truth About Money. Triple H Plan Rick online at riceedelman.com. Stay with us.
More with the author of the New York Times bestseller, Discover the Wealth Within You, coming up on The Rick Edelman Show. Okay, Jim, the grand prize is $1 million. What color is the White House?
I know this. 5 seconds.
Oh, switching to Geico could save you a bunch of money on car insurance.
Okay, judges. That's true, Kevin. Still alone. Congratulations. You're a winner. Woo! Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Traffic and weather together on WCBS. Here's Sue Aller. All right, Tony, we're still shut down on the LIE on the eastbound side on Long Island, right off the North Bay Expressway with an accident investigation, and also on the LIE in Queens westbound. A whole lot of delays into the Queens Midtown Tunnel. That's because one tube is shut down at the Queens Midtown Tunnel, so the other tube is taking two-way traffic, so you can expect a lot of delays. You want to take it on up to the 59th Street Bridge. It's free, you don't have to pay for it, and it's a much better ride. Now let's go over to the northbound side of the Cross Island. Still pretty busy into the Grand Central, but a crash cleared. In Brooklyn, there's an accident on the BQE northbound at Atlantic Avenue. You are looking good across the Hudson River. No delays to tell you about at the Holland Tunnel, the Lincoln Tunnel, or the George Washington Bridge in New Jersey on the Newark Bay Extension. You do have some road work between the Holland Tunnel and Bayonne Bridge, and also on the southbound side of Route 208 in Glen Rock, that slows down by Lincoln Avenue. That's all because of some construction. Our next report in less than 10 minutes on WCBS. Now check the WCBS forecast. Mostly sunny, breezy, mild today, a high of 60. Tonight, clear skies, a low of 42. A mix of clouds and sun tomorrow. Heavy rain moving in tomorrow night. Tuesday, windy with rain at times, especially in the morning. We could also get some thunder, a high of 62. Mostly sunny on Wednesday with a high of 63. Right now, 47 degrees. We have sunshine in Central Park.
Welcome back to the Rick Edelman Show. You're listening to The Truth About Money. Let's head off to Harker Heights, Texas. Tom is on the telephone. Welcome to the program, Tom. How are you?
Great, thank you.
How can I help?
I recently retired from the Army. I'm 55 years old. I have about $500,000 in my thrift savings plan. I do not need the money for my current expenses. I'm only allowed to do one partial withdrawal. I am considering doing a partial withdrawal and rolling it into a traditional IRA with Vanguard. My expenses would be more than the expenses at the TSP, but this would allow me to do annual Roth IRA conversions, and this would allow me to reduce my minimum required distributions when I'm 70 and a half. Is this a good idea, and how much should I roll over?
I don't think I'm a fan of the idea. I need to know more, but just on the surface, no, I'm not a fan. I will say, however, thank you very much for your service in our military. Let me elaborate here. The reason I'm not a fan is because for you to be able to take advantage of converting the money to the Roth in order to avoid the required distribution in the future is that you're paying the taxes now. I mean, the whole reason I'm assuming you want to avoid the required distribution in the future so that you don't have to pay the taxes in the future, but you only get to avoid paying the taxes in the future by paying the taxes now. I don't see how that's an advantage.
Well, but by the time I'm 70 and a half, I'll be collecting Social Security, so my income will be higher. The two kids I still have at home will be gone, so I'll have two less exemptions. So my tax bracket could be changing.
Well, could. Big emphasis on the word could. And just because it could be changing doesn't mean that it will be higher. than it is today. Because we have no idea about what the future tax laws are going to be, especially now with our new president who has said on the campaign trail prior to his election that he was going to radically revamp the tax laws. Even if President Trump does do that, who knows what the tax laws will be by the time you reach retirement, because you're only 65 now, you're only 55 years old now. You've got 15 years to go, which means Donald Trump, even if he's reelected, will have been out of office for 8 years before you ever have to deal with an RMD. So I would not endorse the idea, I would not recommend that you move money to an IRA so that you can convert it to the Roth so that you can pay a tax today in anticipation that you might have to pay a higher tax 15 years from now. That's a bad bet in my mind. I can't see it. Especially since the investments you've got in the thrift savings plan are remarkably similar, in some cases virtually identical, to the investments that you would probably buy in the Vanguard fund. So you'd have to compare the expenses associated because the thrift savings plan is the cheapest investment options available. So as you noted, to convert over from your thrift savings account, which is the federal government's retirement program, over to the Vanguard IRA, you'd probably be increasing your expenses. Not materially. They're both so dirt cheap, it's not a factor. I mean, I'm making a big deal out of this, and I really shouldn't be, because it's not really a material factor. But the big material factor is that you're setting yourself up to pay a tax today out of a fear that you might be in a higher tax bracket in 15 or 20 years. My answer would be, let's wait and find out. You don't have to, I mean, if you want to roll the money over to Vanguard, knock yourself out, but I'm more worried about you doing the Roth conversion. No, there's no incentive to do it now. Take your time, wait. You can always do it later if you discover that your scenario is proving true. You can always do it in 10 years, which still gives you a 5-year buffer between then and when you need to do the RMD. I wouldn't encourage you to do it, Tom.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you called to check. You know, I love that kind of a question, because what Tom did was brilliant, if you really think about it. What Tom did, he said, Rick, here's what I'm thinking about doing. Should I go do it? That is brilliant. I'll tell you what the exact opposite of that, the real stupidity, is when somebody calls and says, Rick, here I went and did this. Should I have done it? That's a crisis, because if I were to say, no, you shouldn't have done it, well, it's already too late. It's already gone and done, and then you'd have a real crisis on your hand.
Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. You want to avoid that at all costs. So, Tom, good for you. I'm glad you checked in advance, because it's a whole lot easier to prevent than to cure. I'm Rick Edelman. This is The Truth About Money. Stay with us.
Personal finance advice for over 25 years. This is the Rick Edelman Show.
WCBS News Time, 10:58. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 8 Years 2 hour. All right, Tanya, we're going to go to the Long Island Expressway on Long Island. It's still closed at the Cedar Bay Expressway with an accident investigation. The LIE in Queens westbound completely jammed into the Queens Midtown Tunnel. That's all because of road work at the tunnel. It closes down a tube, and the second tube is taking two-way traffic. On the northbound side of the Cross Island Parkway, just slow into the Grand Central in Brooklyn. There is an accident on the BQE on the northbound side, right at Atlantic Avenue in the Bronx. On the Cross Bronx Expressway heading into the city, that's pretty slow into the Bronx River Parkway. George Washington Bridge looks pretty good. So does the Lincoln Tunnel. No problems to tell you about at the Holland Tunnel. We'll take it over to New Jersey on the New Jersey Turnpike, Newark Bay Extension at interchange 14. We have 47 degrees, sunshine in Central Park. We could reach a high of 60 degrees this afternoon.
A forecast. This afternoon, mostly sunny, breezy, mild, high 60. Tonight, mainly clear, low 45. And tomorrow, clouds, some sun, high 58. Rain heavy at times, though, tomorrow night. Tuesday, windy with rain at times, steadiest in the morning. There could also be a few rumbles of thunder around the high 62 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny and pleasant, the high 63. Currently 47 in Bronxville, 52 in Hempstead, and 50 in Yonkers. It's 47 sunny skies here in New York. Humidity 53%. Repeating our current temperature, 47, going up to 16 degrees in Midtown again, mostly sunny, breezy, and mild today. The high, 60 degrees. This is 1010 Winds, New York's one and only all-news station. Shimon Siegel is our service aide. Julie Vaughn is our writer. Justin Schrager is at the editor's desk, and I'm Mario Bosquez.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning. 47 degrees at 11 o'clock on this Sunday, April 2nd. I'm Kathleen Marple-Cowles, and here's what's happening. A young woman is dead after a shooting in the Bronx. Police are still looking for a suspect. No parking tickets in your email. New Jersey police are warning of a nasty scam. Chicago police had their first arrest in a sex assault that was streamed live on Facebook. It's not space, but astronaut Buzz Aldrin is flying again today, due for a ride with the Thunderbirds. Today with AccuWeather forecast, sunny, breezy, and mild with a high of 60.
This is Dave Uram. Happy opening day, Yankees fans. Meantime, tomorrow night's NCAA title game is set. Knicks and Nets are home today, as are the Rangers, while the desperate Islanders hit the road minus their captain.
Winds eastbound 1101. From the Dodge Traffic Center, Brian Britton.
Creeping and crawling on the inbound Gowanus eastbound BQE 38th Street all towards Atlantic Avenue, and then beyond that towards actually the Brooklyn Bridge. We're going to see a pretty sluggish ride. We'll take it over to the Cross Island as we move into Queens northbound of the Grand Central. Accident there picked up, moved out of the way, but still a very slow go. We got the westbound LIE slow into the westbound BQE, and then as we go farther east, we go to the eastbound side of the Long Island Expressway up in Nassau County, Stephen Oyster Bay Expressway. Accident investigation. I'm getting word that that may have cleared out of the way. Let's move that over a little bit. Looks like it is gone out of the way, but they are still doing some sporadic closures here. Northern states still absolutely hammered eastbound into Stephen Oyster Bay Expressway, and then again out towards the LIE. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Westbound side of the Cross Bronx, loaded up Castle Hill Avenue all the way out to the George Washington Bridge. Into town, no problems. Lincoln, Holland, GW, you're okay. Out of town at the Holland, you're fine. City side, you get onto the Turnpike, Newark Bay Extension, westbound by 14A. That's a crash in the left lane. And of course, it wouldn't be a weekend without the massive delays over at the Queens Midtown Tunnel. Weekend road work, only one tube is open, and it is taking to the traffic. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the one. Breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. I'm Brian Britton on 1010 Wins.
Traffic is sponsored by NYCD Live, the home of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
The grand opening celebration for NYCB Live, home of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, begins April 5th. For a schedule of events and to purchase tickets, visit nycblive.com.
Winds eastbound 1102. A deadly shooting in the Bronx early today. Conditions Rush Stern has the story.
The victim was a woman, possibly in her 20s. She was shot in the back of the head in front of 761 East 214th Street in the Williamsbridge section. Her body left on the street. Daniel Abreu lives nearby.
I heard, they wake me up, and then I heard people laughing on the side. They back work through, and nothing like that.
Cops arrived here at 2:30 in the morning, responding to a 911 call of an unconscious woman. Now they're asking anyone with information on the shooting to come forward. Roger Stern, 1010 Wins in the Williamsbridge section of the Bronx.
Winds eastbound 1103. A fatal shooting after a late-night soccer game in Brooklyn. Police say that game was coming to an end just before midnight outside of Rasmus Hall High School when a 26-year-old man walked by and got into some kind of argument. Another person opened fire, and the man was hit at least once in the torso. The man, now identified as 26-year-old Luis Gonzalez of Brooklyn, staggered to a nearby gas station where he collapsed. He was pronounced dead in Kings County. Police now looking for suspects. If it turns up in your email, it's not a parking ticket, it is a scam. That warning from Ridgewood, New Jersey police who say residents are getting emails about fake parking tickets. That email tells people that they are required to appear in court for a ticket violation or offers to help them pay online. And there's a link to click on and a number to call. Cops say it is all bogus, and that whatever you do, don't click on that link or give them any information. Ridgewood police say that it is stuff that they do not send tickets by email, and add that if you've gotten a scam email, you should contact them at 201-652-3900. Winds eastbound 1104. Well, so much for a fun Saturday night out in one part of Williamsburg, Brooklyn. High-pressure gas main broke at the North 5th Street and White Avenue site, forcing the FDNY to evacuate dozens of people in the area as a precaution. Roads are closed for hours, and some places on White Avenue were forced to shut down for the night and lost business for the night because of the leak. FDNY did open up the area for pedestrian traffic eventually. Winds news time 11:04. A major break in a horrible sex assault case in Chicago. Police have arrested an attack on a 15-year-old girl that happened in front of the entire internet.
Dozens watched the sexual assault as it was streamed live. None of them reporting it to police. Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson last month.
What we know is we're dealing with a lot of juveniles.
Now saying a 14-year-old boy has been arrested, and Johnson says there will be more arrests to come. But based on Johnson's earlier statements, they might not come right away.
We want to ensure that we get it right, so we're not going to rush things because we want everybody involved in this incident from A to Z to be held accountable.
And then, of course, correspondent Dave Packer reporting. They call it Rare is Beautiful, 5K charity race to help find a cure for a rare genetic disease. It was going on this morning at the Elmwood Park Memorial and Middle High School this morning. Denise Guita says her daughter has PJS, a disease that increases her cancer risk, and they're trying to get the word out.
They calling to find a cure for it. We were told by, a nice doctor out in Ohio, but that spreading awareness would be the best way to go with it. And in the mission statement, that is what we do. We're spreading awareness, and we're also helping the children who unfortunately are already diagnosed with cancer, or maybe if they have some kind of financial concerns that we can help with. We're trying to do that.
And it was John Montone MC the event today in New Jersey at the Elmwood Park Middle and High School. Winds due time 11:06. More than 200 people are dead, and that toll could still rise after some terrible flooding in a small city in Colombia. Authorities say a small, sudden heavy rainstorm caused an avalanche of water from 3 rivers in the city of Mocoa, which is near the border with Ecuador. Muddy water surged through city streets, and people were asleep. They didn't have a chance. At least 254 people confirmed dead, more than 200 hurt, many more still missing. Winds due time 11:06. Checking the official 10-day winds accurate with a 4-day forecast. Mostly sunny this afternoon, breezy, mild, high 60. Clear tonight with a low 45. For tomorrow, clouds and sun, the high 58. Rain tomorrow night. Tuesday, windy, rainy. There could be a few rumbles of thunder early, high 62. Sunny and nice by Wednesday, though, and a high of 63. 47 and sunny right now. We are going up to 60 degrees today in Midtown. Winds due time 11:07.
Monafuco and Associates, voted best lawyer 5 years in a row by the readers of the LI Press because of cases like Hector that Dan Monafuco shares. In the case of Hector, it was a window washer and he was working on a scaffold, and the scaffold collapsed, but he didn't fall. He hung on for dear life and carried both his shoulders. The prior lawyer for Hector was trying to sell the case, forcing him to take $700,000, which is what prompted him to change lawyers to my firm. What you have to do is listen to the client, understand what the needs are going forward, and be able to project that using experts. We're able to prove that by spending $68,000 of our own money, and the other lawyer only spent $6,000, and then we settled it for $2.3 million. Monafuco and Associates. For a free evaluation of your case, call 800-NOW-HURT. That's 800-669-4878. Let Dan and his team represent you. 800-669-4878. Monafuco and Associates. 800-669-4878.
Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Winds due time 11:08. Your health with 1010 Winds medical expert Dr. Brian McDonough in 1 minute.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what do you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today, and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 9999 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 9999. Geico presents a voicemail from your friend washing machine.
Hi, it's washing machine. It's about 7 o'clock on Wednesday. So, good news, bad news. First, I found your lost sock. Exciting. Also, I might have maybe flooded the whole basement. It's probably pretty expensive. But hey, at least you got that sock.
Your washing machine won't pay for water damage. Luckily, one call to the Geico Insurance Agency makes it easy to switch and save on homeowners insurance.
Winds due time 11:09. Now your health. Here's 1010 Winds medical reporter Dr. Brian McDonough.
Music plays a very important role in our lives and a growing role in medical studies. For instance, we have seen where babies listening to Mozart might develop intellectually a bit quicker, and the stress reduction impact of music has been shown over and over again. The latest music and medicine study has to do with using music to help in CPR training. According to the research, certain people picked up not only the information related to CPR, but the music also helped people get in the rhythm of the actual CPR process. In case you were wondering, the most popular songs were Staying Alive, Dancing Queen, and Sweet Home Alabama. Whatever works that helps save lives. With your help, I'm Dr. Brian McDonough on 1010 Winds.
Another edition of Your Health 1 hour from now. Now this message, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center with locations throughout the tri-state area. To learn more, visit mskcc.org. Wednesday, time 11:10. Traffic and AccuWeather in 1 minute on 10-10 Wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to track maintenance issues, we are temporarily suspending service on this line until further notice. Please exit the train. To continue on down, walk up the stairs, walk 6 blocks across down, catch the local train for 2 stops. Then walk downstairs to transfer to the express, then... you know what? Here's a better idea. Head over to Long Island City, Queens, and pick up a quality pre-owned car from Major World! Owning a car is easy at Major World. We've got over 3,000 vehicles in stock in almost every make and model. Looking for something specific? We've probably got it, and probably in the color you want. Our own Honda, Nissan, luxury cars, SUVs, pickups, all makes, all models, all at amazing prices, and some of them are priced at under $3,000. Ladies and gentlemen, to get to Major World, take the RDM train 46th Street in Queens, then walk up Northern Boulevard until you see the Major World sign.
Major World, 2340 Northern Boulevard, Long Island City, Queens. Home to the 59th Street Bridge. And if you can't get here, come get you. Call 1-800-MAJOR AUTO or go to MajorWorld.com.
Wednesday's time, 11:11, which brings us to the Mavis Discount Tire Traffic Center and Brian Britton.
And it brings us right back out to Nassau County, and a little bit of false hope, perhaps. We have the eastbound side of the LIE getting into Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. I saw on camera somebody moving. Unfortunately, no, they were just shifting some things around. It is still shut down as you get into 135. They're pushing you down 135 over to the eastbound Northern State, and then back onto the LIE. Northern State, as you can imagine, that's absolutely jam-packed as well. Let's go over to the Bronx. Just getting rid of a crash here on the eastbound side of the Cross Bronx Expressway. This will be right as you make your way past Grand Concourse. Those delays stretching back to the George Washington Bridge. You've got a pretty slow ride, too, on the westbound side of the Cross Bronx, and that'll be Castle Hill Avenue out to, looks like as you make your way out towards Southern Boulevard. Back into Queens, good news on the Cross Island North. Grand Central accident is out of the way. In New Jersey, Turnpike on the Newark Bay extension westbound getting into 14A. Accident there knocks out the left lane as well. This report sponsored by the 24/7 Diabetic Health Hotline. Attention diabetics, with insurance you may qualify to get your testing supplies at little or no out-of-pocket cost. Call 800-808-5181. And finally, checking the bridges and tunnels. Really the problem spot remains the Queens Midtown Tunnel, and that's all because of weekend road work. If we're not seeing what you're seeing, let me know at 844-JAM-1010. I'm Brian Britton. Next report 11:21 on 1010 Wins.
Wednesday's time 11:12. Now the official 10-10 Wins AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here's meteorologist John Ferrick with this live report. And let's check in, see if we can connect with meteorologist John Ferrick, who's keeping an eye on matters for us. And let's check in with John. Meteorologist John Ferrick?
John, are you there?
Okay, we seem to be having a problem connecting with him. We'll get to him when we can. Winds news time coming up on 11:12, and we'll check in with John Ferrick.
Breezy and nice this afternoon. Good deal of sunshine. We'll top out right around 60. Mostly clear tonight, down to 42. Clouds, some sun for tomorrow, high 55. We'll see rain tomorrow night. Some of the rain could be heavy, and rain at times on Tuesday. Steadiest coming during the morning. There could even be a rumble of thunder. It'll also be windy on Tuesday, the high 62. Then turning out nice for Wednesday, mostly sunny, high 63. Windy and not as mild for Thursday. Rain and a thunderstorm, the high 53. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist John Ferrick on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds.
And right now we have just cracked 50 degrees. It's 50, sunny, going up to 60 in Midtown. Winds news time 11:13. Well, it's not space, but astronaut Buzz Aldrin is making another big flight today.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes. A trip to the moon on Apollo 11 is Buzz Aldrin's most famous flight, but Sunday, the 87-year-old retired astronaut will make history again when he becomes the oldest person to fly with the elite Thunderbirds, the Air Force demonstration squad. Aldrin, a retired Air Force colonel, will take to the skies with the Melbourne Air and Space Show in Florida, another historic first for the second man to walk on the moon.
That is correspondent Brian Clark. Wednesday time 11:14. Yeah, Final Four. But it's opening day, people. Sports in a minute on 1010 Wins.
How can parents get extra money for groceries and baby formula? How can seniors live healthier? And how can employees receive a bigger tax refund? Start by asking. If you've got young kids, ask if WIC can provide money for food. If you're struggling to get food, ask if SNAP can help you pay for groceries. If you're a hard-working New Yorker, ask if EITC can get you a larger refund. If you or someone you know could use some help, start by asking. Call 311 or go to startbyasking.org.
Come on to Yankee Stadium for the opening week of the 2017 season as the Yankees host the Tampa Bay Rays, April 10th through April 13th. Monday, April 10th is both opening day and magnetic schedule day for all guests, presented by AT&T. And on Wednesday, April 12th, MasterCard presents 5
stands for bleachers. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com or call Ticketmaster today.
Queen G-Time, 11:15 and on with sports for the major World Nighttime Sports Desk. Here's Davey
One of the best days of the year, Kathleen. Baseball's opening day. Yankees, Rays, 110 on the fan. Joe Girardi's guys coming off a 24-9 training.
I thought it was about as good as it could get. You know, the one downer is we lost Didi. We're not going to have Didi when we open, but we'll get through that. We'll get him back, and he'll be ready to go.
In Didi's spot, shortstop Lionel Torreyes sitting ninth. Brett Gardner leading off, followed by Gary Sanchez and Greg Bird. New DH Matt Holliday hitting cleanup. Jacoby Ellsbury fifth. Starling Castro sixth. Chase Headley seventh. Aaron Judge eighth. Masahiro Tanaka getting the ball against Chris Archer. And Bird is the youngest Yanks opening day first baseman since Don Mattingly in 1985. Mets get Noah Syndergaard the ball tomorrow at Citi Field against Atlanta's Julio Teheran. North Carolina, a single victory from redemption. Despite missing 4 foul shots in a row in the final 5 seconds, the Tar Heels held off Oregon in the final 4, 77-76. Kennedy Meeks with 25 points.
My teammates kept me involved. I got down on myself and I missed 2 free throws today. Definitely could have been good for us. But my main focus was if Joe missed the second free throw, hit the offensive glass hard.
Which he did. One of 2 awards for UNC in those final moments. Tar Heels get Gonzaga tomorrow night in Glendale. Zag next South Carolina 77-73 to his first national title game. Nigel Williams-Goss scoring 23, but the junior very impressed with freshman Zach Collins, who recorded 14 points, 13 boards, and 6 blocks off the bench.
Told me before the game, he said, look, I wouldn't want to be playing against me today. And Coach says all year that we can't just talk the talk, we got to walk the walk.
Brooke Lopez walking the walk yesterday, turning 29, but dropped 30 in a 121-111 Nets victory over the Magic at Barclays Center. Brooklyn hosting Atlanta tonight. Knicks welcome Boston to the Garden for part 1 of a day-night doubleheader, followed by Rangers Flyers in the nightcap. Phillies shut out the Devils yesterday 3-0. Islanders 6 points back at the Bruins for the last wild card. 5 games to go. Boston's in Chicago this afternoon. Sports at 15:45 around the clock. Dave Uram, 1010 wins sports.
Queen G-Time, 11:17.
Are you struggling with addiction or alcohol problems? If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-898-8877, 800-898-8877.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could date somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I'm in recovery and getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-898-8877, 800-898-8877, 800-898-8877.
Copel Auto Group is proud to announce the all-new Copel Ford in Woodside, Queens, built from the ground up. Our showroom and service department will be open during construction. For the ultimate Ford experience, come today to the all-new Copel Ford, 58th Street in Northern Boulevard, Woodside, Queens. Online at copelford.com.
Queen G-Time, 11:18. A 13-year-old boy is dead after a carbon monoxide leak at a hotel in Niles, Michigan.
At least 11 other people were hospitalized following the incident at a Quality Inn. Captain Don Wise is with the Niles Fire Department.
When we first went in with our monitors. The monitors went off, and the time it was taking us to go back out, get air packs sooner to come back in, we can grab the patients and start pulling them out as we leave.
2 hotel workers are also hospitalized, along with 3 law enforcement officers who responded to the incident. I'm Bill Michaels.
Queen G-Time, 11:19.
I love my husband. He's sweet, thoughtful, and kind. But his snoring and sleep apnea drive me crazy and prevent both of us from getting a good night's sleep. Most nights he eventually ends up on the couch and I end up alone. His doctor says his health issues will continue if he doesn't treat his sleep apnea. That worries me. He tried using CPAP, but he couldn't tolerate the mask. So now what?
If you have obstructive sleep apnea and can't get relief from CPAP, there is another option called Inspire. Inspire is a revolutionary FDA-approved implantable device that works inside your body. It delivers mild stimulation throughout the night to keep your airway open, giving you and your partner the quiet, peaceful sleep you need. It's only available at over 100 leading medical centers across the country. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more, review important safety information, and find a doctor who can help determine if Inspire is right for you. The freedom to sleep like everyone else is just a click away at InspireSleep.com.
Coliseum, and 1010 Wins has your tickets. Listen this Wednesday between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. for your chance to win. Wednesday is now Wednesday on 1010 Wins.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning. 50 degrees at 11:20 on this Monday, April 2nd. I'm Kathleen Marple-Calv, and here's what's happening. NYPD is reviewing video from a CUNY prop that appears to show an officer threatening to tase teenagers in Brooklyn. New Jersey burglar picks the wrong house. The guy threw his suspect down the stairs. Police are still looking for suspects in a frightening new Rochelle stick-up. It happened in a grocery store parking lot. The Donald isn't the Gipper. Arizona Senator John McCain brushes off comparisons between Presidents Trump and Reagan. And then with AccuWeather forecast, sunny, breezy, mild today, high 60.
This is Dave Duran. The Yankees are at the Rays to start the baseball season. North Carolina and Gonzaga will meet in the national title game. Nets beat the Magic. Devils lost to the Flyers. Knicks, Nets, Rangers, and Isles are in action today.
Winds at 11:21. From the Dodge Traffic Center, Brian Britton.
Brutal ride in Nassau County, eastbound side of the LIE. All lanes are closed as you get into Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. Ongoing work with an accident investigation. They're pushing you onto Seaford Oyster Bay south onto the eastbound northern state back out to the LIE. This is also impacting the eastbound northern state. We're seeing actually a larger delay than is on the LIE. Either of them, though, just miserable at this point. If you can, once you get out to Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway, shoot south, head over to Old Country Road, and take that back out to the LIE. That looks to be the best choice right now. Let's take it into New Jersey. Accident on the Newark Bay extension of the Turnpike, westbound 14A. That'll knock out the left lane. Here's the bridge. Not a bad ride right now, in or out of town. The Lincoln Tunnel. GW Bridge getting very busy. Upper level, lower level, jam-packed. We have an accident here on the eastbound Cross Bronx. Pretty much as you get in towards Grand Concourse, and those delays stretching back over the span of the bridge, and then weekend road work making a mess of things in Queens Midtown Tunnel. Only one tube is open. It is taking two-way traffic. Manhattan bound to just hammered with delays back onto the LIE out by Van Dam Street. I'm Brian Britton. Our next report at 11:31 on 1010 Wins.
Winds east at 11:22. NYPD officials say they are reviewing a video posted by a CUNY professor that appears to show an officer threatening to tase a teenager. The Daily News says CUNY professor Alex Vitale uploaded this video yesterday. It is unclear what led to this incident, but it does appear to show officers herding kids away from a corner near Midwood High School. One teenager picked up a handful of and that is when the officer appears to pull out a taser. Vitale told the news it appears the action was unwarranted, but there's no indication of what led to this incident before the video began. The guidelines say tasers generally should not be used on children. City Council member Javani Williams tweeted that he does not know what preceded this, but he's concerned it will inquire. Also telling Gotham he'll be reaching out to the school to see if there were past complaints. Winds due at 11:23. There is a very bad day for one New Jersey burglar. Police say the homeowner literally blew him out. It happened on Willow Street in Garfield. Police say 60-year-old Theodore Sutton got into a building through an unlocked door and went into a second-floor apartment. Man, who was a resident, identified only as Marty, found him. Neighbor Lee Decker tells CBS 2 News what happened next.
Marty says I went very quietly, waited at the top of the stairs, and when he came around, I started down the steps. And then the guy says, "Don't hurt me, don't hurt me."
Sutton, who has a long rap sheet, is now charged with burglary and assault. Police say he was seen lurking around a different neighborhood earlier the same day. New Rochelle police are still looking for suspects in a frightening armed robbery in a grocery store parking lot. Reports say it happened Friday night at the ShopRite. The woman told police two men in black hoodies and Yankees caps walked up to her and showed a handgun. They got away with $170 worth of groceries and her wallet, which had $200 and several credit cards. She wasn't hers, but shoppers like Dominique Shepard tells CBS 2 News it's scary.
I've been shopping here for years, and nothing like that has happened, so it's always disturbing when you find or you hear something violent like that happen.
ShopRite tells CBS 2 there are conflicting stories about the alleged robbery and that the woman wasn't in the store. They add that they are investigating, and so too are police. Wednesday time, 11:24. Well, it was all about the Donald, the fake Donald. The annual Winter Circle show last night. The show, put on by the City Hall Press Corps, featured what the Daily News called a dead-on Trump impersonator, who informed Mayor de Blasio that he was going to call him the boring.
Mr. President, let me say at first that despite our differences, I'm honored to have the opportunity. Blah, blah, blah. You put the blah into Blasio, let me tell you.
Yeah, this is like talking to a 7-foot-tall ambient. His honor naturally played himself and made the mistake of mentioning his Brooklyn roots, which led the fake president who promised to build a wall along the Manhattan border and make Kings County pay for it. This is a charity fundraiser for the Inner Circle each year. Wednesday's at 11:25. It is 50 degrees now. We're going up to 60 today in Midtown. Just a sunny, breezy, and mild spring day.
You learned to pitch in your backyard. Now his team's coming over to celebrate their high school championship. So you need to patch those bare spots fast. Pennington One Step Complete has a revolutionary formula that repairs bare spots in only 2 weeks or less. Pennington's been trusted since 1945, and now it works even faster. One Step Complete from Pennington. Honest green. Pennington Seed, the choice of the New York Yankees. Available at the Home Depot.
Hurry, through April 6th, shop at Acme and earn 2 times gas reward points to redeem at Sunoco station. Sign up at acmemarkets.com or download the Acme Markets app today. Get a dozen Lucerne large eggs, 79 cents, limit 2. Plus, red seedless grapes, 78 cents a pound. Acme, your favorite local supermarket. Maximum gas reward at participating Sunoco stations is $1 per gallon in a single fill-up, up to 25 gallons. Other restrictions and exclusions apply. See complete details at acmemarkets.com.
News at 11:26 now. Bloomberg Money Watch on today with the U.S. legal cannabis business may be feeling the heat from the Trump administration.
I reject the idea that we're going to be better placed if we have more marijuana. You can just go down to the corner grocery store and get it. Give me a break.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions' comments to law enforcement last month sent pot-related shares tumbling. But Troy Dayton, CEO at R2 Market Research, says Sessions' actions may be limited.
His hands are kind of tied, at least as it relates to medical cannabis, because there was a rider to the appropriations bill last year which says that the Justice Department can't spend any dollars thwarting state law in the states that have gone for medical cannabis.
And he forecasts the legal pot industry in North America will continue to grow.
This is a $6.7 billion market, growing to a $22.6 billion market by 2021.
The Bloomberg Intelligence Global Cannabis Index is up more than 10% since the start of the year. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Denise Pellegrini for 1010 Wins. Wins News Time 11:27. The elegant and delicate cuisine of Japan. The freshness and spicy punch of Peruvian flavors blend together into one magnificent and unique dining experience known as Kizuna in Brooklyn, formerly Cornell Prime. Kizuna, the first restaurant in New York City, serving dishes from the latest gastronomic sensation, Nikkei cuisine, a combination of Japanese and Peruvian flavors and dishes. Overseen by award-winning chef Jorge Dionisio, Kizuna is a dining experience that is unique as it is exciting. These have made a significant cultural impact on Peru. Both Peruvian and Japanese traditions surrender to the freshest fish. At Kizuna, Japanese sushi is buoyed by Peru's thriving industry to influence Nikkei. Experience this unique gastro sensation today. Visit KizunaNYC.com for reservations. Kizuna, food redefined. Call 718-499-5600. Wednesday, Sam 11:28. Now the allergy forecast sponsored by ENT and Allergy Associates. Book your same-day appointment online or call them today, and you'll see them today. Today's outlook is high with maple and juniper the predominant pollen.
Hey, it's 1010 with the Sports Director Mark today with the question, how'd you sleep last night? Well, if you were trying to sleep on an old mattress, I have a feeling the answer might be not so good. We all know the better you sleep, the better you feel. My friends at Mattress Firm have explained to me that we should have a new mattress every 8 years, which for me and my wife is perfect timing. Right now, Mattress Firm, America's #1 choice for sleep, is making room for the next generation of sleep products and offering a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, the savings of a lifetime on tens of thousands of mattresses. And I'm talking truly historic savings, too. Up to 70% off their top name brands and up to $2,000 off floor models. But only while supplies last, and only at Mattress Firm, where their Comfort by Color comparison center organizes the beds into 3 colors to help narrow down your search, and their professional sleep experts can find the right mattress for you. Mattress Firm. Save money. Sleep happy.
It is 50 degrees right now. Sunny in New York. AccuWeather says we're going up to 60 this afternoon in Midtown. So a really nice spring day. The full forecast coming in just minutes. Good morning. I'm Kathleen Marple-Cow. Wednesday's time at the 11:30.
scenario. Boston is stabbed to death by a suspect who admitted he was outskilled. Policeman Timothy Coffin was laid to rest.
Yesterday, the mayor took to the pulpit of the Mount Zion Baptist Church to say that evil had come calling in the city.
It was a racist attack. It was an act of domestic terrorism. We have to call it what it is, but it was also an attack on all of us because this city stands for something.
And Wayne Holmes, boyhood friend of the victim, shared his discouragement at what happened.
I think it's a sad situation when the world has got hectic.
66-year-old Timothy Coffin was killed while in Manhattan to collect cans and bottles, something he did to finance trips to Washington where he would watch government hearings. Roger Stern sent Ed Williams in South Jamaica.
James Harris Jackson, a 22-year-old black man from Baltimore, admitted to killing Hoffman at random on March 20th. He's charged with murder as a hate crime and murder as an act of terrorism. Wednesday's time, he was 31. Time for traffic and transit on one to the Dodge Traffic Center. Here is Brian Britt.
Really busy ride on the eastbound side of the LIE out of Nassau County this morning. And get it to Keeper Bay Expressway, you find all lanes shut down. You're being diverted onto the southbound side of 135, onto the eastbound northern state, back out to the LIE. We've got the LIE delay stretching back quite a bit. Also, the eastbound northern state delay, that's going to reach back out towards Route 106, 107 as well. Let's talk bridges, let's talk tunnels. GW Bridge looking pretty good right now, citybound upper and lower level, but then you hit the brakes once you're about mid-span. We have an eastbound cross-Bronx crash up on Jerome Avenue. That's going to slow things down. The RFK Triborough Bridge, busy Bronx Manhattan bound. Again, weekend construction there. And weekend road work wreaking havoc on the Queens Midtown Tunnel. Just absolutely crawling here back from Van Dam Street on the westbound side of the LIE. In the case of the Queens Midtown Tunnel and the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, only one tube is open. It is taking two-way traffic. We got the inbound Gowanus onto the BQE, just slammed all the way out to the Brooklyn Bridge, and of course out towards the tunnel as well. Other than the GW Bridge delay that starts about mid-span, Lincoln and Holland are holding together very nicely. Your next traffic and transit update in less than 10 minutes. The next breaking traffic alert when it happens. I'm Brian Britton on 1010 Wins.
Don't miss Broadway's Indecent, the critically acclaimed new play by Pulitzer Prize winner Paula Vogel that follows the stunning journey of a provocative piece of theater and the artists risk their lives to perform it. For tickets, visit indecentbroadway.com.
Wednesday time is 11:32. Now the official 1010 Wins accurate with the 4-day forecast. Here is meteorologist John Furyk with this live report.
Yeah, real sunny afternoon on tap to round out this weekend. Mostly sunny sky with a breeze. We'll top out right around 60. And mostly clear for tonight, down to 45. Tomorrow, clouds and sunshine up to 58. Should be dry from that game tomorrow afternoon, though we'll see rain come in tomorrow night, and some of that rain will be heavy, and that'll continue into Tuesday morning. Maybe some lingering showers Tuesday afternoon. It'll be windy through Tuesday, the high 62. Then mostly sunny and pleasant Wednesday up to 63. Windy, cooler again Thursday with periods of rain, maybe a thunderstorm. High 53. Right now, it's a Park 50 with sunshine, humidity 48%, wind northwest to 10. Using the current temperature 50, 1 up to 60 in Midtown. I'm active with our John Furyk on New York's weather station. 1010 with news time 11:33.
My name is F.E. Tematia. I am a jewelry designer. Mixing fashion and classic is my forte. I'm a perfectionist, obsessed with quality and workmanship. My pieces stand out because everything that I do makes my jewelry different. When you put an F.E. piece on, you will not want to take it off. That's my promise to you.
Coming to Macy's to see the Effie collection. Effie at the jewelry store at Macy's.
This is Ed Asner for the Survivor Mitzvah Project. Did you know that there are thousands of elderly Holocaust survivors who lost everything and still do not have enough money to buy food and medicine? 100% of every dollar received by the Survivor Mitzvah Project goes directly into the hands of an elderly survivor. If you can help, contact the Survivor Mitzvah Project at 1-800-905-6160 or go to survivormitzvah.org.
52 in Ozone, South Ozone Park, 52 in Patterson, 50 at the Acme and Edgewater, sponsored by Acme, your favorite local supermarket. Currently 50 degrees, going up to 60 degrees in Midtown. Latest news time, 11:34. There's a new poll out finding the majority of Americans are favoring an independent investigation of potential ties to the Trump campaign and the Russian government.
52% of Americans are in favor of an independent inquiry, while 23% oppose it, according to a Associated Press and a Washington Center for Public Affairs research poll. The poll also found 22% neither favor nor oppose an investigation. survey found more than three-quarters of Democrats favor an independent investigation, compared with a fourth of Republicans.
Reporting with News Time 11:35. There are 3 investigations underway into the Kremlin's interference in last year's presidential election and a possible Russian tie to President Trump or his associates. Republican Senator John McCain of Arizona says the results of those probes pose a threat to democracy.
There's certain fundamental rules of law, respect, etc. But one of them is freedom to elect legitimately leadership. That's fundamental principle, and if you destroy that, then you have really destroyed democracy.
The White House argues the attention needs to be paid to Obama administration officials and allegations of leaks of mishandling of classified material about Americans. With News Time 11:36. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer urging the president to veto a resolution that would kill regulation about online privacy, a move that would let internet providers sell information about customers' browsing habits. Schumer and 46 other Democrats in the Senate signed a letter calling on Mr. Trump to, quote, tell us whose side he's really on, end quote. The FCC rule issued in October was set up to give customers greater control over how the internet service providers share information. An naval vessel named for a 92-year-old Medal of Honor winner recipient and Korean War hero has been christened.
A snowstorm could not keep Tom Hudner away from the christening of the future USS Thomas Hudner in May. Hudner was honored for valor back in the Korean War. He landed his own plane to try to save a comrade, Ensign Jesse Brown. Brown, who was the first African-American naval aviator, sadly did not survive. But a Navy frigate was named for him in 1973. I'm Jan Johnson.
With News Time 11:37. Let's get the record straight. Your host of Your Legal Rights Radio and practicing law for nearly 2 decades. No doubt you have heard about home loan modifications. Now it's time to get the truth. If you have a mortgage, you may be entitled to a modification, even if your bank has turned you down. We have helped many homeowners successfully modify their existing home mortgage loans, reduce their interest rates, and reduce their monthly mortgage payments, in some cases by over $1,000 a month. Now we can help you. Call me, Gus Michael Farinella, 1-800-961-9615. We may even be able to reduce the amount owed on your mortgage. If you're tired of getting the runaround from your mortgage servicing company, it's time to call Michael Farinella, 1-800-961-9615. Find out the real facts about modifying your mortgage. Call me, Gus Michael Farinella, 1-800-961-9615. We handle all legal matters in New York, New Jersey, 1-800-961-9615. With News Time, 11:38. Now, 10 Wins Entertainment, the 52nd Annual Academy of Country Music Award Show is set for tonight. Country music's biggest stars at the Las Vegas for tonight's award show. Superstars Luke Bryan and Dirk Bentley handle the hosting duties. The coveted Entertainer of the Year category is a good one, with Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan, Florida Georgia Line, Kim Eastwood, and Ian Curtis all vying for top honors. Keith Urban, Miranda Lambert, and Maren Morris lead the nominees with 4 nominations apiece. I'm Bill Michaels. The award show airs tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on CBS. The Play That Goes Wrong, comedy, an amateur production of urban mystery that goes awry, opens tonight on Broadway at the Lyceum Theater. The show's won an Olivier and began in a pub as a fringe production. The original West End cast is featured in Play That Goes Wrong. With News Time 11:39.
Investors, here's something big banks don't want you to know about. Okay, you can store your retirement savings where you can actually see, touch, and hold it in your hands. With the Augusta Gold or Silver IRA, you can transfer a portion of your savings into physical gold and silver coins and store them where you can see them, which means that you can get your gold fast in any disaster. The stock market is close to its all-time high, and your retirement may be at risk again, but you can trust Augusta to help. You get free shipping and insurance and 0 management fees. Augusta Precious Metals is a gold IRA leader, rated A+ with the Better Business Bureau, but gold and silver have been their family business for over 40 years. Get Augusta's free gold and silver IRA guide. Just call toll-free 888-998-2179. That's 888-998-2179. 888-998-2179. Protect your retirement today with Augusta. If you can't hold it, do you really own it?
Only one news station has traffic and transit reports 24 hours a day. Your traffic station, 1010 Wins.
All news, all the time. This is
11:40 on this Sunday, April the 2nd. I'm Mario Bosquez. Here's what's happening. Police investigating a fatal shooting in Williamsbridge, the Bronx. The 5K race to raise funds for a rare syndrome that affects a gene that suppresses tumor growth of the body got underway today. New Jersey warning residents about a fake parking ticket scam. A brain implant has helped a paralyzed man feed himself by using his lungs. And with AccuWeather, mostly sunny, breezy, mild, the high 60 degrees.
This is Dave Duran. The 2017 Yankees begin their marathon, while the Nets, Rangers, and newly eliminated Islanders are also in action today, and a couple of one seeds survive the Final Four.
With news time 11:41, time for traffic and transit on the ones. And here is Ryan Griffin.
A brutal ride trying to get over to the Queens Midtown Tunnel. Weekend construction, the cause of this delay, which I'm seeing stretched now back towards 39th Street, back to Hunters Point Avenue, trying to get over to the Queens Midtown Tunnel. It's one big, long line of cars. We only got one tube open. It is taking two-way traffic. That is why it is just so delayed. Same story over the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. Inbound Gowanus, back onto the cells, onto the BQE, up to the Battery Tunnel. You're jammed, and then you're going to be even flow out towards the Brooklyn Bridge as well. Let's talk about the remainder of your bridges and tunnels. Hudson's not too bad. Just watch out on the eastbound side of the GLE Bridge. Starting to pick up a lot of volume just beyond the toll plaza. Accidents on the eastbound crosswalk, just after Jerome Avenue. That's the cause for that. Westbound crosswalk, these two as you travel Castle Hill Avenue out to about Southern Boulevard. Across the Nassau County, eastbound side of the LIE is getting towards the approach to Bay Expressway. They're diverting you down over Interstate Bio 135. Northern State crawls all the way back towards Route 106. This report sponsored by Knee and Back Pain Helpline. Learn how an insurance-covered comfortable knee or back brace can reduce your pain. Call 800-888-KNEE, 800-888-KNEE. I'm Brian Britton. Next report 11:51 on 10 Wins.
With news time 11:42. Police are investigating a deadly shooting around 2:30 this morning in the Bronx.
Daniel Abreu lives along East 214th Street in the Williamsbridge section and heard the fatal gunshot which hit a young woman in the back of the head.
They come in the police side. I mean, they shot, and then, like, 2 or 3 seconds later, they come inside laughing. They say y'all had a bad war.
The woman was left dead on the pavement. Police found the body at 2:30 in the morning as they responded to a 911 call about someone unconscious on the street. Cops are now asking the public for help, hoping that someone with information on the shooting will come forward. Roger Stern, 10 Wins in the Williamsbridge section of the Bronx.
With news time 11:43. In Brooklyn, police say a man was killed after a soccer game when gunfire erupted as the late night game came to an end. Say a shooter opened fire on the victim during a spat outside Erasmus Hall High School. The 26-year-old was hit with at least one bullet to the torso just before midnight. The victim, they say, staggered to a Flatbush gas station across the street along Bedford Avenue near Church Avenue when he collapsed. He was rushed to Kings County Hospital but could not be saved. He is identified as 26-year-old Luis Gonzalez of Sutter Avenue in Brooklyn. Police say the victim did not attend the soccer game and was apparently walking by before taking part in an unspecified dispute. The suspect, they say, remains at large and the investigation does continue. 50 degrees going up to 60 degrees in Midtown. Sunny skies, humidity 48%. The winds are variable at 6, gusting to 18 miles per hour. Repeating our current temperature, 50 going up to 60 in Midtown. Wind news time 11:44.
Your life, your choices mean everything. Your attitude, your self-belief, you choose. The 1,200-plus specialists from John Thoreau Cancer Center at Hackensack UMC are devoted to pioneering innovative therapies that treat the whole person. Because when the unexpected happens, so is potent medicine. To find a specialist, call 551-999-6344 or visit jtcancercenter.org. John Thoreau Cancer Center, now part of the Hackensack Meridian Health family.
Hi, Vicki. How's your knee doing?
It feels better, Doctor. Those painkillers worked great. I was hoping to get some more.
We're being very careful with prescription painkillers. Let's continue with therapy and off-the-shelf anti-inflammatories for now.
Prescription painkillers are America's newest epidemic, causing abuse and addiction for millions. The smaller the dose prescribed and taken, the better. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons and the Orthopedic Trauma Association. Visit ortho/prescription safety.
50 degrees going up to 60 degrees in Midtown. Wind news time 11:45. Now 10:10 winds Sports, sponsored by Back and Body Medical. Here is Dave Urey.
Mario State begins a 6-month process of baseball on almost a daily basis.
We have a lot of depth in our organization, some young players. I know we talk a lot about the youth, but the veterans have to do their job. And that is a huge key, that all the veteran players that we have out there, they go out and do their job. And if we do that, we're going to be in good shape.
Joe Girardi's Yankees open the season with the Rays. 110 first pitch on the fan. Masahiro Tanaka against Chris Archer. Brett Gardner leading off, followed by Gary Sanchez. Greg Bird, Matt Holliday is at the DH. Jacoby Ellsbury in the 5 spot. Starling Castro, Chase Headley, Aaron Judge, and Ronald Reyes at short. Bombers citing infielder Pete Coffman to a major league deal. They put him on a 25-man roster. And they also placed Didi Gregorius in the 10-day DL with his right shoulder strain. Mets Braves begin tomorrow at Citi Field. Noah Syndergaard against Julio Teheran. Seth Lugo, meantime, likely going on the DL with a tired arm. Despite failing on 2 chances to take care of Oregon with 2 pairs of foul shots, North Carolina Tar Heels are heading back to the national championship game. 77-76 final over Dana Altman's Oregon Ducks after a couple of offensive rebounds for UNC.
We needed to get a rebound there, and on the missed free throws, we got time to miss a couple. We had our opportunity, and we just didn't come up with the rebound.
Altman on CBS. North Carolina against Gonzaga Bulldogs, who topped Frank Martin's 7th South Carolina Gamecocks 77-73. The head coach emotional senior.
I don't get the coaching board, but they're part of my life. Remember.
National title game, UNC Zags tomorrow night from Glendale. Knicks go for their first 2-game winning streak since December 22nd. Boston Celtics in town for a garden matinee, which the Knicks are again sitting from Carmelo Anthony, Derrick Rose, and Lance Tomlinson for different cases of soreness. Knicks host Atlanta after beating the Mavericks 21-111. Raiders focus on MSG for part 2 of the full-header, and Midtown Flyers blink the Devils on Saturday 3-zip. Isles Sabres connect from Buffalo. Islanders 6 points back from Boston for last wild card. 5 games to go. The Bruins with the Blackhawks today. Sports at 15 and 45 around the clock. Dave Urey on 1010 Win Sports.
With news time, 11:47.
Are you dealing with low back pain or sciatica? Have you already tried pills, physical therapy, chiropractic, over-the-counter medication, foam rollers, back support, even leaving it alone and hoping it would go away, but it still hurts? Millions of Americans are suffering from back pain. You need to see this new free informational video. If you've had an MRI and fear you may need surgery, if you're dealing with nagging back pain and you're tired of going from doctor to doctor to doctor, spending money on expensive therapies that aren't working, you should watch this free video. Just go to the website, backhealthvideo.com. In fact, you need to watch this free video. See the new treatment that is different from the rest. Take out your smartphone, type in the browser, backhealthvideo.com. Nurses, professional athletes, even medical doctors are using the valuable information from this free video for their loved ones, their own patients, even themselves. You can feel relief after your first treatment. Watch the video now at backhealthvideo.com. Sean Savendra, MD, and David Bernadisi offering back pain relief.
50 degrees going up to 60, sunny degrees in Midtown.
There's no need to learn medieval jousting before buying a car. Just log on to carprousa.com. Shopping to the CarPro buying experience at Rally Lexus. CarProUSA.com.
With news time 11:48. There was a rupture of a gas main at North 5th Street and White Avenue in Williamsburg. FDI and Hawaii officials facing the area had to be evacuated last night. The leak has now been stopped. A resurfacing crew hit a high power line sending gas into the air. Roads evacuated. No word on when people will be allowed to move the people back into their homes. Hazmat crews are said to be ventilating basement apartments as they work to get people back into those residences. The latest news time 11:49. A 5K charity race takes place today. The support rare condition. Spread of rare is one PJN syndrome, a rare genetic disease that affects the gene of tumor growth of the body. The mother of Denise Angui has syndrome. Spoke with 1010 Win.
It's been under 2 years, and it's been very, very successful. We have met people from across the world who started, well, from the country started, and now we're actually talking to people in Romania,
John Montone and seen the event. The event took place at Elmwood Park Memorial Middle School High School and started at 10:30 this morning. With news at 11:49 is death toll rising in southern Colombia. The river is flooded and led the state of the road for most state of Putumayo. Correspondent Molly Hunter reports.
A new statement from the Army now puts the death toll at more than 200, and that number is likely to continue to rise. Colombia's security forces say they are searching for hundreds of missing people. More than 1,000 soldiers and police are involved in that rescue effort, and the devastation is staggering.
proud home of the world's biggest fully steerable radio telescope that can pick up even the faintest radio. It's located in a 13,000 square mile.
Area where there's a lot of radio noise, the signals you're trying to look for would be obliterated.
This call recently contributed to discovering our galaxy is situated in a supercluster of galaxies. I'm Scott Dahl.
Wave news time, 11:51. The Dodge Traffic Center, here's Brian Britton. Still an absolutely bumper ride on the eastbound side of the LIE in Nassau County. 815 Crest Bay Expressway, Route 135. All the way back to Northern State back to the LIE. Northern State just crawling all the way back beyond Route 106, 107 now. Keeping an eye on that. Hopefully these delays don't get any worse. We'll see them back to the long top soon enough. Let's go over to eastbound Jerome Avenue accident there. Takes out the right lane, delays back across the span of the GW Bridge. Got a lot of traffic bridge, lower level starting to get a little bit sluggish right now as you make your way citybound. Upper level, no delays at all, but it is indeed a busy ride once you get about mid-span. Lincoln and Holland, not too shabby. Still just absolutely awful at the Queens Midtown. Construction, only one tube is open. It is taking two-way traffic. You've got a westbound delay back, looks like back from at least Van Dam Street, back from 100 Point Avenue. Let's take it over to the VQE, too, on the westbound side to get into the outbound Gowanus. Looks like that's a mess as well on the westbound side, the LIE westbound, too. We're going to see those delays Maurice Avenue out to the VQE. And a quick check in New Jersey shows some good news here on the Newark Bay extension of the Turnpike westbound. Accident now cleared out of the way by 14A. In a jam, call me now at 844-JAM 1010. I'm Brian Britton. Next report at 12:01 on 1010 Wins. Wave news time 11:52. Now the official 1010 Wins National Weather 4-day forecast. Here's meteorologist John Fearing with this live report.
A breezy, nice afternoon out there. Mostly sunny. Can I enjoy it? Definitely a much nicer day than yesterday. We'll top out near 60 in Midtown. Then towards night, mostly cleared out to 45. Tomorrow, clouds gone up to 58. Then we'll have rain heavy at times tomorrow night. And that'll continue into Tuesday morning, tapering off Tuesday afternoon. It'll be windy on Tuesday, high 62. And Wednesday, we'll see sunny at 63. It'll be cooler on Thursday, period rain. Interface that reads as follows.
Trying to chase this answer for a couple years, and I just had nowhere to turn.
Well, it's not the 529 folks you want to ask. It's the FAFSA folks. It's the college aid folks that you want to ask. So go to a financial aid office and ask them and say, hey, if I have money in a 529 for a different child, will that have an impact on this child's financial aid application?
Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you for that.
I have a feeling they're going to say to you, yeah, it's going to hurt because we're going to ask about all of the assets under the parent's ownership and all of the 529 plans count.
Gotcha.
I think that's what they're going to say.
Okay. quickly. I've got a VUL, and it's got some money in there, and I want to get rid of it, or I want to transfer it into another account that doesn't have tax consequences.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd recommend, or is there nothing that exists like that?
No, there is a solution. It's called a 1035 tax-deferred exchange, and it allows you to transfer money from one insurance contract to another without having to pay any tax liability. So whatever tax liability is built up just carries over to the new contract. So it's very common for people who have one insurance policy. You have a variable universal life policy. That's where your VUL is. You can transfer the cash value of that account over to another life insurance contract or to an annuity contract, which is a more common thing to do. And under the rules of the 1035 exchange, there is no tax liability for doing so. The advantage of doing this is that you get rid of a life insurance policy you no longer need or one that is unnecessarily expensive and move the money over to something that is less expensive, more suitable, more appropriate, or what have you. You just have to make sure that this conversion is in fact in your best interest, meaning that you might be giving up life insurance death benefits, depending on the new contract. You might be restarting a surrender clock by buying a new contract with the old surrender clock when the old contract's already gone. You may be restarting that clock. There may be other issues involved in whether or not you really want to do it, but I will say that it is commonly done. It is the best solution to a difficult problem, and it's not unheard of for that strategy. So talk with a financial advisor about a 1035 exchange.
I really appreciate the information and the time, Rick. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Doug. I'm really glad for your call. I'm Rick Edelman. You're listening to The Truth About Money. Triple H Plan Rick. The Truth About Your Future. It just got launched this week, and it's now available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, your favorite bookseller all around the country. I hope you'll pick up a copy and shoot me an email. Tell me what you think of the book. Contact us at rickedelman.com. That's ricedelman.com. Love to know your thoughts. I'm Rick Edelman. Thanks for being with us here this weekend on The Truth About Money. See you next week.
Every weekend on The Rick Edelman Show.
WCBS News Time 11:58. Traffic and weather together on the 8 Sears Pipeline. Steve.
Taking a look at the Hudson River crossings with the George Washington Bridge up to about a 20-minute delay with a crash on the Cross Bronx to Jerome. We are seeing some heavy traffic moving on the inbound Lincoln Tunnel. The Holland Tunnel also up to about a 5 or 10 minute wait. Not too bad on the outbound side of Wall 3. If you're traveling up in the upper Bronx towards Westchester County, stick with 95. The Hutch Heavy to the Cross County and the American Parkway southbound delays through Trumbull. I-95 with better back in through that spot. I'm Mike Weinstein in the WCBS Traffic Center.
High pressure building in for today means an improvement over yesterday with a good amount of sunshine expected and a mild afternoon. We'll see a high near 60 on this Sunday. Tonight, clear skies, low 42. I'm meteorologist Bill Dager in the WCBS Weather Center.
We're up to 52 degrees, a sunny sky in central part, the wind variable at 6 miles an hour, the humidity 48%.
Celebrating 50 years of news in New York. This is Radio 880 WCBS, WCBS HD, WCBS FM, HD2, New York.
It's a minute to noon on this Sunday, April 2nd. I'm Tanya Hansen here in the WCBS newsroom. The NYPD is reviewing a video showing a cop appearing to intimidate a Brooklyn student with a taser. Still no budget deal in New York. Long Island homeowners are warned to beware of package thieves. President Trump continues to blast the news media for covering alleged ties between his campaign and Russia. Severe flooding kills more than 200 in southwest Colombia. The Yankees kick off their season in Tampa against the Rays in an hour. The Knicks host the Celtics at 1-2. The Islanders at Boston at 3. The Nets and the Rangers in action tonight. WCBS News Time, 12 o'clock. CBS News, I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President Trump is tweeting again, this time about surveillance and leaking after a new report on Michael and who paid him for what. CBS News correspondent Jim Taylor has details.
What did the forced-out former national security advisor fail to disclose about financial ties to Russia? The New York Times reported Jim did not list payments pocketed from Russian-linked entities on financial disclosure forms released by the Trump administration. No mention of a paid speech he gave in Moscow, as well as other payments from companies linked to Russia. During the same trip, the New York Times says
lavish anniversary dinner. Photograph is sitting right next to President Vladimir Putin. Chip Taylor, CBS News.
A prediction from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell on President Trump's pick for the Supreme Court. McConnell tells Fox News.
Judge Gorsuch is going to be confirmed. The way in which that occurs is in the hands of the Democratic minority. And I think during the course of the week, we'll find out exactly how this will end. But it will end with his confirmation.
The Senate Judiciary Committee votes on the Gorsuch nomination. Disaster. CBS's Hannah Daniels. Officials say intense rainforest several rivers overflow and cause a massive landslide. Non-news TV says the sound of the rocks and water was so heavy, everyone was shocked. Death toll is expected to rise as more bodies are believed to be buried under all that time. The Red Cross says more than 200 are injured and 25 homes destroyed. Iraqi TV says the ISIS leader, second in command to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, has been killed in an airstrike. CBS News military analyst Mike Lyons on the reported death of Hayat al-Jamali.
This is another significant loss in the decapitation strategy that the United States has towards taking out the leaders of these terrorist organizations. But someone will assume those place. And we can use this momentum now to try to take down al-Baghdadi, the leader himself. That would be the most significant.
Spring arrived a couple of weeks ago, but it sure doesn't feel like it in Maine. WGME TV's Alexa Maslowski is in Portland, where they got about 1.5 feet of snow this weekend. The thick, wet, snow-coated trees, weighing them down and bringing them into contact with power lines, leaving a lot of homes without power.
A little excessive. I mean, you know, it reminds me of 1977, medieval, when it's so like this, I mean, first.
And for these men,
unfortunately, we have to clean all the cars off, or else it's going to be an icy mess.
it's safe to say spring and summer weather can't come soon enough. Utility crews say they're still working on power outages across Maine, as well as New Hampshire and Vermont. This is CBS News. Welcome to Staples. Staples guy, I need some things for the office. Money is tight. Well, now at Staples, we're celebrating HP Savings Month. You'll find big savings on great HP products all month long. Save big on HP. How big? Right now, when you buy one HP, you get the same 40% off.
Cartridges in 487 DC stores, staples.com/HP month for details. Restrictions may apply.
This is Charles Leslie. Tax compliance can be a real pain for businesses. That's why I'd like to tell you about Avalar's powerful tax automation technology. Avalar simplifies sales tax and other business taxes with real-time tax rate calculations and automatic return filing. Avalar software.
Degrees. We have sunshine in New York, going up to a high of 60.